Alright guys, I am back with my review of this week's WWE Monday Night Raw for October 28th, 2013. And let's see what they've come up with to follow up that shitty ass pay-per-view. But this one starts off with John Cena coming out. And he was acting more thugonomics, if you know what I mean. It was weird. And the fans were chanting yes and no at him, and he's like, I've never seen so many hands going in different directions. It's like synchronized swimming, y'all. Shit was lame. But he says he's back. That's the gist of it. And Damien Sandow comes out. And he's got the briefcase with him, but he says he's not going to cash in. He's just teasing cashing in. But as he goes to leave, he attacks Cena from behind, beats him down with the briefcase, which got a yes chant, and just destroys Cena. He, at one point, he actually says, "Rise above this, John," and throws him into the barricade. He goes after the injured arm, hits it with a chair, and then he cashes in. I didn't think for 1 second he was going to win the title here. And he didn't. John Cena hit a weak-ass AA for the win. Damien Sandow's Money in the Bank is now gone. So, don't know what happens to him now, but yeah, they're really trying to build John Cena back now that he's returned and he's healthy and everything. They're really trying to build this guy back up for some crazy-ass reason. I don't understand it, but then we get a promo from The Shield, and they say they're going back to basics. It's Dean Ambrose versus Big E Langston for the U.S. title, and Rollins and Reigns immediately attack Big E. Ambrose gets disqualified. Maddox comes out and says he wants it to be a six-man tag. Or, excuse me, they beat down Big E. The Usos ran out to make the save, so Maddox says he wants it to be a tag match. And the match was alright. Roman Reigns hits a double spear on the Usos for the win. And, yeah, that was pretty much it. So, I do have to say the Cena-Damien Sandow match was very good. And Sandow looked like a monster out there, but Cena kicked out all his shit, you know, and now he doesn't even have the briefcase, and it's not like they were really doing a lot with Sandow to begin with, even when he had the briefcase. So where does he go from here? I mean, it really sucks because I like the character a lot, and the Usos, I mean, a double spear on them, that kind of hurt those guys, but Cena-Sandow was a good match. Tag match was, it was alright. So that son of a bitch Shawn Michaels comes out. And obviously I'm talking about his character. I love Shawn Michaels, and he was great here. And he asked Daniel Bryan to come out because he wants to talk to him face to face. So Bryan comes out and he says, I had to do what I did for my friend Triple H. And his friendship with Triple H takes priority. But it was also a valuable lesson to Daniel Bryan that you can't trust anyone in this business. And he tells him to shake his hand. Bryan refuses, and Shawn Michaels goes into heel mode. And he calls him a little puke, and he says, I'm Shawn Michaels. I'm an A-plus player, always have been. Now shake my hand. And Daniel Bryan shakes his hand, but then puts him in the yes lock. And Shawn Michaels taps out. So the referees run down and try to pull Daniel Bryan off Shawn Michaels. And Daniel Bryan looked like a freaking serial killer here. It was great stuff. He looked like Rasputin. But I really liked this segment. Definitely boosted Daniel Bryan up a little bit after the Hell in a Cell fiasco. So at least he's already got his revenge on Shawn Michaels. So Renee Young is trying to ask Daniel Bryan a few questions backstage. And then she just sees something and freaks out. And Daniel Bryan looks around like, what the fuck? I mean, he doesn't see anything. And then it shows that distorted video that they play when the Wyatt family shows up. And the lights go out and you hear Daniel Bryan being attacked. And then the lights come back on and it's Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. They're beating the crap out of Daniel Bryan. Bray Wyatt hits the Sister Abigail on him into a chain link fence and then pushes one of those, I guess, stage equipment boxes into Daniel Bryan's head. And then Daniel Bryan's just laying there like, it's exactly what he was doing. But I guess the story we're going to find out is that Triple H paid them to do this. Because when Bray Wyatt hit the Sister Abigail, he just said, the devil made me do it. You already know what I'm going to say. Los Matadores versus 3MB. I honestly think they're fucking with me at this point. We've seen this match a million times, and yet it continues to get worse. So Heath Slater has a net with him. And during the match, he tries to capture the Bull. And the Bull runs under the ring, sprays Heath Slater with a fire extinguisher, and then gores him in the ass. Los Matadores hit their double team move on Drew McIntyre for the win. And then afterwards, they put the net on Heath Slater, and Tarico hits the back elbow off the top onto Heath Slater. I have no idea why WWE thought it was a good idea to follow up the Daniel Bryan attack, which was this vicious attack by the Bray Wyatt family, with lame comedy. It completely killed the heat of the situation. It's the Bella Twins versus AJ and Tamina, and Brie Bella comes out and she's all distraught over what happened to Daniel Bryan. This should have followed the Daniel Bryan beatdown backstage. This match would have made sense to follow that. But instead, they went with that Los Matadores 3MB match, and I can't understand that. It's hard for people to believe the serious stuff when you follow it up with something that's completely unbelievable. Like Heath Slater running around with the net trying to capture a little bull. And I know that this all falls under the umbrella of entertainment, but can't you at least time things a little better? Would it be that hard to space it out? I don't know. Does this make sense? Am I just crazy? But anyways, the Divas tag match, it was a Divas tag match. AJ wins with the Black Widow, which apparently neither of the Bellas can take properly. It's Kane versus Miz. Thank God it was short. Kane wins with a choke slam, and afterwards he calls out Stephanie McMahon. And Stephanie comes out and he says, "You've been on a power trip. You've ruined lives. But in this day and age, it's what's best for business. And the monster is yours to unleash." And he walks up the ramp and takes his mask off and hands it to her. This could be awesome. For some reason, when I was watching this, I got this whole Marvel Comics Civil War vibe. And you could do something with that, like have a lot of the seasoned wrestlers join up with Triple H because they think the business has changed and this is the way things should be from now on. And then you have some other seasoned guys join up with the Big Show, like Christian and Chris Jericho, and say, no, things need to change around here. That would be awesome, I think. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. The Primetime Players are selling merchandise this week. It was funny. I guess every week it's going to be a different set of jobbers doing this. And then we see David Otunga. Remember him? And he gives us a rundown of Big Show's lawsuit and says that this could end up costing the McMahons millions and possibly loss of control of the company. So now I really think Vince McMahon is behind all of this. Then CM Punk comes out. He says Paul Heyman is history and he's going to defeat Ryback in whatever match the fans choose. It's a street fight. Ryback comes out. They have the match. Neither guy was taped up. Neither guy acted like they had just been in a career-ending Hell in a Cell match. You know, little things like that go a long way. Just small things they could do to improve the show, improve the product. But clearly they don't give a fuck. But they have the match. CM Punk elbow drops Ryback through a table and then makes him tap out to the Anaconda Vice. So this feud is over. Then the Bray Wyatt family comes out. And Punk is in the ring with a kendo stick. And the Wyatts get in there and just beat the shit out of him. And Bray Wyatt hits him with the Sister Abigail. So I guess the Bray Wyatt family has joined the McMahon side of the Civil War, or the Authority side. We get Goldust and Cody Rhodes versus the Real Americans. And Jack Swagger makes Goldust tap to the Patriot Lock. And I'm very happy about this. I would love to watch these guys go at it a few more times. And while the match was good, I think it could have been much better. So hopefully in the future, they'll start to work a little bit better together and we can get some really good matches out of these two teams. It's Summer Rae versus Natalya. And I hope nobody takes what I said in my Hell in a Cell review and gets it twisted. I think Summer Rae has a lot of potential. Way more than those Total Divas girls. But this match got a lot of time, probably too much time. The match was okay, but the crowd wasn't really into it. At one point, Fandango gets on the apron, and he's trying to kiss Summer Rae, and Hornswoggle pulls him off. So he throws Hornswoggle, and then Khali chops him in the head. And Summer Rae's distracted by this. She's yelling at Khali, like, "What do you think you're doing?" And Khali's just like, "What?" So while Summer Rae's distracted, Natalya grabs her and puts her in the sharpshooter and gets the win. It's Randy Orton's celebration. They got all the wrestlers on the ramp, including the Bray Wyatt family. And Randy Orton comes out and has a group hug with Triple H and Stephanie. He says that he's better than all of the wrestlers. He's the face of the WWE. They all wish they could be him. And then Big Show comes out. And he gets attacked by the Shield. But Cody Rhodes, Goldust, the Usos, they fight the Shield off. And Big Show gets in the ring. And he says he doesn't care about a restraining order. This is really not helping his case. This is not good for his lawsuit. But he says he doesn't care about the restraining order. And he's going to sue them for millions. He's going to take every damn dime if he can. And Randy Orton hits him with the title. And Triple H tells Randy Orton to finish it. So Orton's getting ready to hit him again. And Big Show knocks him out. And then Triple H acts like he's going to fight the Big Show, but then he backs down. And that's how the show ended. So they're probably going to do Big Show versus Triple H at Survivor Series. That's one of their bigger shows. So it would make sense to put it off until then. But as far as Raw goes, this was an average show. I like the Bray Wyatt stuff. The Bray Wyatt family looked really strong here. They took out Daniel Bryan. They took out CM Punk. The Kane stuff was interesting. You got Goldust and Cody Rhodes versus the Real Americans. That was pretty good, but there's really nothing else special about this show. And WWE really just needs to step things up because Battleground was incredibly disappointing. I think we were all disappointed by that show. Hell in a Cell was not far behind. That was just a shitty pay-per-view in my opinion. And they really have to do something special for Survivor Series. And if it's Triple H versus Big Show, whatever. But are they going to do Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton again? Because this thing's run its course. And when you use the cell and the special referee and you still screw the guy over, you're just asking people to shit all over this. I mean, it's ridiculous at this point. And for a bullshit reason. Oh, I'm friends with Triple H, so I had to screw you over. That doesn't make any sense, man. For weeks you've been coming out here and saying, I'm not going to let my friendship with Triple H affect my decision. I'm going to call it right down the middle no matter what happens. And then Daniel Bryan hits the flying knee in Triple H's face and you got to kick him? What? So, I mean, it was just for like a complete ass-pull reason they had Shawn Michaels screw him over. And it's just enough is enough. I can't see how anybody is interested in seeing another Daniel Bryan Orton match. And it's... I mean, where are they going to go? I really thought Hell in a Cell, they were going to step it up, deliver something special to make up for Battleground. And it was almost as bad as Battleground. And that's hard to do. So they really need to just pull their heads out of their asses and try to come up with something better than CM Punk versus Ryback. I mean, what were they thinking with that? God, it's like so many bad decisions over and over again. They can't possibly be proud of this work. So that's my review of Raw this week. I've ranted enough about this crap. Hope you guys liked the video. Leave your thoughts on this week's show in the comments, and thanks for watching.